Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you the 10 best mods in Baldur's Gate 3's mod manager. Now we got a lot of really great mods here, from the ability to capture any creature that you see in a Poke Flask, to some enhanced difficulty mods that allows you to really ramp up the difficulty in any way that you like, because there's a lot of mods that also make the game a whole lot easier. So we'll be covering 10 of the best mods in Baldur's Gate 3 with some honorable mentions. So the first one I want to showcase is the Poke Flask mod. So what's cool about this mod is we got the ability to literally capture any creature that we see in a Poke Flask. You can actually make them part of your team as well. So there's a lot of cool pieces to this mod. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go out and find a creature that you want to have in your party. So even if it's just a Flaming Fist Knight here, what we're going to do is go to our inventory, grab an empty Poke Flask, and throw it at whoever we want to join our team. So we captured the creature there. And then what we're going to do is go to our inventory and you're going to see them in your Poke Flask. So you take this out, you just throw it on the ground there, and they are now yours to control, which is so cool. So you can see there acts like a follower there. They get all the same spells and actions that they normally would have in combat. So this one here has the ability to cast Aid on the team, which is really nice at a level 4 spell. Awesome. So they can boost you up. You can do a whole lot with them. In addition, you can also do the ability to promote them, so this will make them an actual part of your team. So that's really nice. If you want to have someone that can join you permanently, you can go ahead there and you can see they now are part of the team. So you can go ahead and actually change out their gear and give them a bunch of different items. So this is really incredible. The level of detail in this mod, this was previously on Nexus mods, but is now in the in-game mod manager for PC. Really cool. It opens things up because you can capture anyone you want. Like I had a commenter talk about capturing Glut. So if you wanted to have Glut on your team, you can then add them to your team. So that's really cool. And then you can also have them leave the party too if you decide that they're not your fancy, and then they're gone. So yeah, you can literally capture any person that you see and have them on your team. So what's cool about this is you can literally go ahead, and if you want like a Mind Flayer on your party, you can add them to your team. So we'll find Omaloom here, and now we'll have him join our team. What's funny about this is it does cause some issues with certain characters, so you got to be mindful of who you capture. But we got Omaloom there, so we're just going to jump down and bring him out, and then he'll be part of our team in his Poke Flask here. So you can see, even if we have the other character leave, you do get the Poke Flask back, so that is nice. And then we'll just throw him out there, and he is now a part of our team. So yeah, with all the abilities that he has, he's got like Hold Person, he's the ability to Unarmed Strike, Sleep, Dissonant Whispers, Blur, Mind Flayer, Domination. So a lot of cool abilities that you normally would not have, and we now have him as a team member. And also you can promote him too to being an official team member. It does have some issues, obviously, as you can see there. It didn't actually bring him to our list there. So some characters aren't fully optimized to work with this, but yeah, you do want to be a little bit mindful with who you use this on. You also got Mind Blast there. That's really nice. That's a huge range Mind Blast. But yeah, you can capture any creature that you want to have them on your team. I'm surprised no one's freaking out about a Mind Flayer floating around the city. But yeah, this mod works with pretty much any character you can see. Now, some cool things with this mod as well is you can actually choose a bunch of different options. So with this, you can go ahead here, have full control over the characters. You can make it so that you have to reduce their health and catch them like a normal Pokemon would, so it won't always be 100% likelihood of catching them. You can make it so that it is always 100%, which I have it at right now, and you can make it like a throw attack, and then you can make it health based instead of the 100%. So that is super cool. Bunch of customization options there, and I think that's nice, because if you wanted to have someone like Omaloom join your party, you can now do that with this mod. So I will just dismiss him because sometimes there are some issues. There are certain characters that you can't use this on, like the Mind Flayers at the very start of the game. If you do this on Marcus, it can make Isabel aggro on you. Karnas, the Drider Spider, won't allow you to work on him, but you can if he disappears and bring him back. And yeah, there is some, obviously, check out the mod page for further details. But hey, it's extremely cool that you can do that, and you literally can add anyone that you want to your team. So a lot of fun can be had with a mod like that. So that's why I have to say this is one of my favorite mods in the game. It's now in the in-game mod manager, and hopefully will come to console at some point. But so the next mod that I want to focus on is the Tactician Enhanced mod. So what this does is it increases the overall difficulty in Baldur's Gate 3 with tons of customization that you can choose. Now with this mod, you also got a bunch of different options here. So you have to enable it first by going with the Tactician Enhanced. And then you got options like checking your current core settings. So you just press this here, it'll tell you what you're currently set to. And there's a bunch of pop-up menus that I think work really well. So I don't have any mods applied there. You can also uninstall it with that one there. There's add-on features, which isn't currently added. It's a work in progress, but Pixel Bytes is the mod creator here, and they're working diligently on this. So shouts out to Pickles Byte for doing an incredible job with this. We got some setting presets, view setup guide, and then there's the modify core settings. So with the presets, you got things like this, which allows the enemies to get extra actions when you have 6 party members, 2 extra actions at 13 party members, and then an extra bonus action at 14, and 2 extra enemy bonus actions at a 16 party size, which is huge. An easier preset here, which gives extra actions at 8 party size, which I think is pretty fair, because if you have double the amount of party members that normally you'd have, if the enemy gets an extra action, that just kind of balances things out a little bit. And it also gives them different health points. So you can choose a bunch of different options. There's a harder preset there, which makes it so that they get +3 actions at 16 party members. Yeah, there's a ton of different options here. The scaling will be different depending on which one of these presets you choose. But it's nice to see that there's a bunch of options here just for like additional difficulty in Tactician, double difficulty for any party size. So this will make it so that, yeah, this makes it very difficult. 40 or 70% extra enemy health points. This gives 70% extra enemy health points plus an extra action. This gives 170% extra enemy health points, so triple difficulty. And that does the same with an extra action. And this gives the impossible challenge, which gives you a 500% increase to the enemy health points, 3 enemy actions, and 3 enemy bonus actions. So nigh impossible. Literally, this becomes extremely challenging. So yeah, there is a challenge. If anyone can pull this off, they'll make you a way to immortalize you in the mod forever. I'm sure someone can figure that out. There's a lot of smart players out there. But you also got the ability to modify different enhancements. So switch between static and scaling. Configure static mode. So with static mode, whenever we go into this, you're just going to see a pop-up here. So I want to stop casting and read the setup guide. Let me cast the spell now. So you need to look at the setup guide. I'll show you that there. So the setup guide will pop that up. It has full explanations, which I think is incredible. So what is Tactician Enhanced? It'll give you all that. Give the explanation, static mode explanation, scaling mode. So you can see here, we won't read through this for the sake of time, but you can add different things like scaling mode. So each extra party member, so every additional party member will add 20% health, and then at certain points you can also get extra actions for the enemies. So extremely customizable. This is further customizable than I thought anyone would make a mod for Baldur's Gate 3. It's really nice to see this. So yeah, you can see there, 4 party members, they just have the extra 20% health, and at 6 they get 1 extra action. At 8 party members they get 2 extra actions. So there's some really well done versions here. There's also a scaling mode, so depending on how many characters you have, you can change this. So we'll just go ahead here. I want to start my scaling at 5 party members, or I want to decide when the number scaling myself. Set initial health point increase. You can make it so that it's like extra 20%, and you can really customize this how you want and how you see fit. This is incredible. It's in the mod manager. That someone made this and made it in the modding toolkit is fantastic. You can set up enemy scaling health points. So choose a linear scaling there, hit point interval, which I just previously set. I want enemies to get an extra number of actions, so 1 additional action when the party grows to 5. Add +1 party size, so I want them to get it at 5 party members. Would you like to decide a number of party members where enemies get 2 additional actions? I don't want enemies to ever have 2 extra actions, or you want enemies. So you got the choices there, and then additional bonus actions. So yes, at level 6 we'll say, and then 2 additional bonus actions, don't want that. You want enemy hit points to not increase further at any time. So no, they should always continue. You want any health points to further anytime you receive a bonus action. And there you go. You can fully set how difficult you want Baldur's Gate 3 to be. Incredible mod. I've been playing around with this and having a whole lot of fun with it so far. So just needed to highlight this mod because I think it's really, really well done. In the same vein, I also have to highlight the adjustable party size mod. So the adjustable party limit made by Pixel Bytes as well. What works great is a lot of people want to have multiple characters in their game. So if you go and have a party size of like 10 or 12, so that's including hirelings and extra characters in the game. you can then have it balanced out with a tactician enhanced. So want to balance experience where you travel favoring with your entire entourage? Download Tactician Enhanced from the in-game mod manager. So this is now on PC mod manager. Hopefully this will come to console, because this mod here is on console, is on release. So this mod is currently not approved on consoles. It'll come to those platforms eventually. Huge, huge, huge. The amount of work that went into this mod is incredible. So I have to highlight this one as well, because these two mods work together very well. Similar concept. So you do a spell to increase your party size limit. You do another spell to dismiss them all, because you have to have, at long rest, the team has to be dismissed. There is some bugs. Just want to highlight this quickly because I did get questions about it. The Act 1 late boat, you do have to have only 4 party members. So yeah, do read through this to make sure that you don't cause any issues with that. There's also some issues that could happen in the base game, but yeah, being able to increase your party size is incredible. So I have to highlight this mod as well, because it just works so well with the Tactician Enhanced mod. So both of these come together to make a truly unique experience that you can customize how you see fit. I think that that's awesome, because the game does get really easy. I know some people do want the game to be easier, so you can just add the extra party members. It'll be easy enough. A lot of the mod classes, especially Dread, Overlord, Warlock, make the game so easy, even solo. But if you want, this is here for a lot of people to make the game more enjoyable. So had to highlight those. Now, another mod that I really, really like is the Mistress Spells mod. What's huge about this is it adds 130 new mods to the game, or 130 new spells to the game. And this is spread between a number of different classes. All of the base game classes will get new spells, but in addition, a lot of mod classes nowadays do get these too. So we can see some of them here. I even have sub mods such as the Blood Sorcerer, which also adds further cantrips. We got things like Thunderclap, Booming Blade, Create Bonfire, Frostbite, Green Flame Blade. And these are spells that come from 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons that are now in Baldur's Gate 3. I think this is fantastic, because I know a lot of people really want mods like this. Gust, Lodok's Minor Drain, Lightning Lure, pulling a creature 3 meters closer, Infestation, Mind Sliver, Mold Earth, Prestigitation, Sword Burst. Now the Warlock, or the Wizard, is the one that gets the most of these spells, so you can even see things like Sapping Sting here. Yeah, there's a few more options for the Wizard. They even get Toll the Dead here too. And they've been updating these different icons so they have different appearances, which I think is nice, seeing that the creator has been updating things. But the spell list is incredible. Absorb Elements, Acid Stream, Catapult, Cause Fear. This just got a new option, or a new image too, with the green blindness. Earth Tremor, Frost Fingers, one of my favorites. Love ice spells early on the game. Gift of Alacrity, which gives an increased initiative. Id Insunium, it's huge. Jim's Magic Missile, the first gluten-free magic darts. Now this is like Magic Missile, but it deals more damage. But there's a downside, because you have to roll a 1d20, and if you roll a 1 for any of those, the missiles miss and hit you. So it's pretty funny. Yeah, Magnify Gravity, Tasha's Caustic Brew. So I'll just quickly go through some other of the spells that I think are incredible on here. There's some great level 2 and level 3 spells that I think make the game a whole lot of extra fun. So I just want to focus on those. So we'll just go through here. And at level 2 spells, we got things like Dragon's Breath, so you can use this as a concentration, give yourself the ability to breathe any type of damage as a Dragon's Breath. We also got Agonizer Scorcher, which I really like. This is similar to Lightning Bolt. It hits in a straight line, and it does 3d8 of fire damage. So super fun to use. I really like that one. We also got like a Flock of Familiars, giving you a concentration for 3 familiars. So 3 Ravens to cause blindness. That's huge. Force Weapon will give you a +1 to attack and damage rolls and deal additional 1d4 of force damage on your attacks. That's an awesome spell to have. Healing Elixir creates a healing potion, bonus action and an action. Jim's Glowing Coin distracts enemies. Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, 2d6 bludgeoning damage. Mental Barrier and Mind Spike. This is a 3d8 of psychic damage. Prevents targets from turning invisible. This one gives, when you fail at an Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma saving throw, gain advantage to those saving throws and resistance to psychic damage until the end of your next turn. It's a reaction, so there's some nice reaction spells on this too that I think is awesome. Nathair's Mischief. We also got Pyrotechnics. Shadow Blade, which is in the game now as a spell that you can choose. Silvery Barbs, Synolix Snowball Storm, Spray of Cards for those Gambit fans out there. Ooh, I'm going to make a name for myself. 2d10 of force damage. Summon Moonblade, is a cool spell. And then things like Wither and Bloom, new icon there, just got updated. This got updated 5 days ago. It's really nice to see that the creator has been continuing to put further updates out. So I'll just quickly show off some of the spells here. I guess I'll go to level 3 because there is some level 3 spells that I think are fantastic. So we'll just go ahead here and we'll just show off the level 3 spells. There's some that create water for your team. Like if you choose the tidal wave, this creates water in a huge area and it deals 48 of bludgeoning and knocks enemies prone. So you can drop this. If you're hasted, you can drop this and then do frost fingers and create ice surfaces, knock creatures prone, and deal a ton of damage, potentially take them out. So early game, that's some pretty powerful builds. At level 5, big power spike. Previously, a fireball and a lightning bolt were great choices for level 3 spells, but I'm a big fan of tidal wave because it's a create water with damage and knocks prone. So you can set up your thieves, you can set up water for knocking creatures down. There's a lot you can do with this, so really, really fun. We also got the summon shadow spawn here, which lets us summon in a shadow creature. So I'll just now show these mods off, or the modded spells. With this, yeah, summon shadow spawn, you can create a creature of fear, fury, or despair. So let's pop this in. It's similar to the wrath that you can create in Act 3. So getting this as a spell is really nice to have, and it can cause fear in all nearby targets, and it does a chilling hand cold attack.
I can do better.
That's incredible. And then we also got our summon moon blade, which is cool. So a fire or cold blade. So we can go ahead with that. And we got that extra sword with our lightsaber there. The lightsaber is also a mod in the in-game mod manager. It's not on this list, but it's a dark set. So this can give you a dark saber. Super cool. But Agonizer Scorcher, what's nice about this, as you can see, it hits in a huge area there. It's like lightning bolt, but in a straight line. And then we also got the tidal wave here, which is, I love tidal wave for creating water, because then you can go with this, and then you can go with your, I didn't take it, but if we had our frost fingers, we could just blast a stream of cold and turn that all into a difficult terrain for the enemy. So Mr. Spells, incredible mod. This is made by Random Killa. They've been doing a fantastic job with this mod. Next, we got the unlocked level curve mod. Now, a little disclaimer, this does mess up Druid wild shape forms, doesn't allow you to gain any of them. You only get the ones that you get at base, so the 4 that you start with. This has been updated in 33 days, so maybe Dustbag will get back and make an update to this game. But what's nice about this is you can actually get yourself up to level 20. So certain mods will support this, like the Dread Overlord Warlock. Their best ability is at level 14, which allows you to summon in a skeleton dragon. And there's a lot of really cool multi-class builds you can go with. So I've done previously the Blood Sorcerer with the Dread Overlord Warlock. I've done, there's a number of them. And even in base game classes, you can add in, some of the best things to add in is like 3 levels of Rogue Thief for an extra bonus action. 2 or 5 levels of Fighter for the action surge. In addition, you also get heavy armor, constitution saving throw proficiency, martial weapons, and the ability to attack twice at level 5. Adding in a single level of the War Cleric is always a good idea for the bonus action attacks and also heavy armor proficiencies. Adding in 2 levels of, I guess, going with the Warlock, you can get yourself Eldritch Blast, Repelling Blast, and the Eldritch Invocation. That'll add your charisma modifier to the damage. So there's a lot of great classes that you can add into other classes. Even a single level wizard dip with a full caster allows you to scribe spells and cast like level 6 if you got another spellcaster. So you can give yourself Globe of Invulnerability, which is an incredible spell. So lots of cool things to go ahead with there. I just want to highlight the unlock level curve just because it makes some really fun builds. So that is fantastic. Next, we got the Cheater's Ring. Now, I have to bring this one up, but made by Zelphos. They did a fantastic job with this mod. What's huge about the Cheater's Ring is you got the ability to go ahead here, make it so that you can always critical success, never critically fail, toggle God mode, give yourself plus 500 damage, plus $20 dice rolls, set all ability scores to 25, and clean yourself up. So if anyone needs to be cleaned after a fight, they won't have the blood on them anymore. So that's really great. But what I think is the best feature is the ability to summon the tutorial chest. So a lot of mods will actually load things into the tutorial chest. And there's obviously only one place in the game where you can naturally find that, and it's at the start of the game. With this mod, you can actually just summon in the tutorial chest at any time. So if you have a mod like the lightsabers here that gives you a lightsaber, or Shadowheart's shotgun there, you can use this mod to just bring it in, and yeah, you can just use that. We also got the ability to summon an armor box, so you can take any armor in the base game here, or almost any armor. It does have most of them. It's destroyed after 5 rounds, so you do have to put this in turn-based mode to be able to summon this in, but you can get any weapon, any jewelry, any grenades, get a bunch of mind flare parasites. You can summon in the rune powder barrel to make some barrelmancy. You also got die boxes, healing potions, and a bunch more cheat attacks. So if you want a Cheater's Eldritch Blast, which instantly kills anyone, it's there. You also have the Greater Action Surge, which allows you to do extra bonus or extra action surges per combat. This doesn't take an action, so you can just use it freely. Give yourself a free action, bonus action, more movement. There's a Cheater's Create Water, which is huge. You can see that there. So yeah, there's lots of cool spells here. I just think that the most beneficial one is the ability to summon in tutorial chests. There's also the miscellaneous box. So with the miscellaneous, what we get is the ability to summon in healing potions. So I'll just put in turn-based there so you can see. We can go ahead. There's healing potions, so we'll just take that out of the box there. And it also has got like infernal iron, things like that. So with the healing potions, you can literally just take yourself up to level 20 at the start of the game. So going with these potions, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we're leveled up now to level 20. So that's huge. If you're looking for a mod that just makes, obviously, the game easier to Cheater's Ring, you can go ahead with this. But you can also do New Game Plus with this mod, because you can summon in all the armor that you had in your previous game, take yourself up to level 20, use the Tactician Enhance, make the game challenging, and go right about it. So I think that's incredible, because there's no official Baldur's Gate 3 New Game Plus, but if you're able to, you know, take your save file, take all your items over, start fresh, and make the game 500% increased health scaling, it actually can be pretty challenging. Or you can just do it like giving yourself a few levels at a time, just so it's not a complete breeze. I think that that's an incredible way to play the game. So if you want another experience that's more difficult, combine those two mods together. Now, we also got some class mods, so I want to show off the Mind Weaver. What's cool about the Mind Weaver is it's got 4 distinct subclasses that I think all work really well together. So with the Mind Weaver, the 4 subclasses are the Psionic Warden, which is a one-handed weapon fighter, focuses on mixing spells with attacks, and it's got the ability to add psychic damage to your attack damage, which is really great if you got the Resonance Stone, which doubles it. The Force Blade, which is a heavy armor class, and this focuses on dealing extra force damage. It gets 3 attacks at level 11, so it's almost like a fighter mixed with some force spellcasting, very minor spellcaster. But the full-on spellcaster is the Astral Seer here, which has a bunch of unique spells like Ethereal Beam here, doing 1d4 of Psychic and Cold, Cerebral Blast, 1d10 Psychic, Psychic Shock, doing 1d8 of Psychic damage. And then we also got things like a Psionic Ward, which does 46 Psychic, Magic Missiles, but Cold, and many other spells. The ability to group enemies together was a spell. It focuses mostly on Psychic and Cold damage, which I think is awesome. The Astral Seer is my favorite, but it also has the Astral Anomalies here, which basically what it does is you have like a Wild Magic Sorcerer. You got negatives whenever you spellcast, so you can add like additional benefits to your spells, but it increases the chance of this Astral Anomaly happening. What happens with that is it actually explodes in a ring around your character and will take out deal extra damage to you and potentially your team or the enemy. So really cool. I think the Astral Seer is my favorite subclass in all the subclasses that we got. In addition, well, I guess it's tied probably with the Dread Overlord Warlock, because that mod is really great too. But we also have the Void Reaver subclass, which focuses on 2 long swords, so you can dual wield them. So the long swords will gain the finesse property, and then basically with this you get you can dual wield 2 long swords, and then you want to attack, bonus action attack, and then you get the ability to cast a cantrip as a bonus action. So there are some special cantrips for these. So you got like Mind Force Blades. This is a cool one because it does weapon damage, psychic, and then weapon damage force, which are 2 of the best damage types in the game. You can turn invisible, you can deal additional psychic damage, you can deal psychic in a burst around you. There's a lot of cool spells that come with these, and I think that's what makes this class so much fun, is you got different enhancements to adapt and improvise your class. All 4 subclasses are distinct and feel like their own unique thing, which is incredible to see. So I said to highlight this class because it is such a well done class. But in addition to this, we also have the Dread Overlord Warlock. Now, I'm a huge fan of the Warlock, but this was, oh man, this one is miles ahead of the other subclasses. So what this looks like in practice is you get the ability to summon in your necrotic armaments, so this will apply necrotic damage to your attacks, and you get resistance to necrotic damage with it. You can actually reclaim your undead, so if you have a bunch of zombies that are just weak, you can summon them back and get minion points back, which allows you to summon your more powerful summons. So in this, you can see in this picture, there's a big dragon skeleton. So this is at level 14, you get this. There's a giant skeleton here, which attacks with Mercil's Scythe. You get a dragon, or I guess the warlock right here. So this one summons, you can summon it in and it'll do spells for you like Bone Chill, Scorching Ray, and a few others. But the dragon is my favorite part because every time it takes out an enemy, it raises them as a zombie. So you can have even further zombies being raised into the game. And then you can use the Reclaim Undead to be able to summon the more powerful zombies. So that's huge. And then you can also summon, or you can also turn the zombies into a Shield of Souls, which will give you an increased armor class by 1 every time you take back a zombie. So super powerful. Yeah, it's incredibly strong. You can solo the game with the Dread Overlord. So if you're looking for a fun one, this is it. It also gets obviously the normal spells, but what you want to be doing with the Dread Overlord is basically doing a bunch of necromancy. So yeah, you do get the obvious Eldritch Blast, which is going to be one of your main sources of damage. I also really like the abilities that you can get from Pact of the Blade, Pact of the Tome, and Pact of the Chain. Because Pact of the Chain, you get the Andrus the Devil Dog, which is a summon that can also summon in extra dogs on top. And then you also got some, what's cool is you get starting weapons here. So with these weapons, the Bone Staff can be enhanced if you choose Pact of the Tome. What's cool about Pact of the Tome is your zombies will get extra necrotic damage on their attacks, so it's best if you want to go pure necromancer. And there's also quests with the Dread Overlord. So with this, you can do quests to be able to get yourself different weapons and things like that throughout the game. Incredible mod. I can't say enough good things about this. It's also great for soloing, so if you want to try out a solo build, this is the one to go with. Now, another class that just recently got added to the in-game mod manager for console, but it's also been on PC, is the Arcane Vanguard by Sathos. So this mod is incredible. It has 4 subclasses with the Eldritch Vanguard, Judgment Vanguard, Sentinel Vanguard, and the Arcane Dervish. So 4 incredible subclasses. This is a class that has not only spellcasting with addition of the Mistress Spells mod. So if you're a fan of Mistress Spells, you're at home with this one because it includes them. You can choose a fighting style with unique fighting styles like adding your intelligence modifier to your armor class when not wearing armor, increasing movement speed by 6. Getting arcane acuity with attacks. So this is a caster that's meant to attack, gain your arcane acuity, which will increase your spell save DC, and then cast spells that won't miss. Also got Into the Fray, which you can make ranged spell attacks as melee spell attacks. This is a cool one. Critical Memento. When you get critical hits with your melee weapon, it increases your likelihood of getting spell critical hits. This will deal additional damage with your spells and cantrips on melee attack, and this will deal additional force damage on ranged weapon attacks. So a lot of ways you can build this. It has the 4 distinct subclasses, and each subclass actually gets its own unique spells that you can choose from as well. So like Eldritch Vanguard, Judgment Vanguard gets different spells like Shield, Absorb Elements. Sentinel Vanguard gives you more of the healing cleric style spells, and then the Arcane Dervish, which gets actually weapon actions, so you can get different attacks with this. So incredible class. I can't say enough good things about this one. This mod was made by Sathos here. They did a fantastic job with the Arcane Vanguard. It's a great class if you're looking for a spellcaster. It's intelligence based, so you can multi-class it with the wizard. A lot of things to love with this class. I think it's incredible and a whole lot of fun. Now, some other mods that I think are great is the Fear Tailor's Camp Clothing mod. So with this mod, it gives us the ability to use a bunch of different clothing. I know a lot of people are looking forward to using these outfits here. What's nice about this outfit is, yeah, you can see it. So it gives a bunch of items that are kind of in the game, kind of hard to, you can't get them normally, but they're in-game assets. So it is on console. Lots of great choices here. It allows you to really make a character look the way you want, especially at the start of the game. This mod was made by Fear Tailor. You can also, you get a few different options here, which you can't dye. So like Mizora's dress and the Dryad outfit. So that's really cool to see. You also get like the Viconia's outfit here. A lot of great choices. And these can all be dyed, except for the 3 that I showed off there. So it really allows you to play through this game and give yourself an appearance that you really want to have in this game. I think that that's fantastic. So the following on PC, soon on console. So there's even further options here, like the robes. You get Gortash's outfit. Yeah, I think this mod is incredible for people that want new camping clothings. There's also the mod that allow you to get all clothing options at the start of the game. In addition, you also got the Cheater's Ring here, which will let you use any clothing. You can summon a different clothing there. So there's lots of options for starting the game off and not having to wear the ugly camp clothing that you get at the start of the game. Another mod that I want to focus on is the Faces Unlocked mod by Shane H147. So with this mod, it allows you to change the faces on characters to other characters in the game. So if you wanted to add Eridan's face to any character, so it's Eridan with Jaehaera's hair, kind of cursed now that I think about it, you can add them to the character. So there's Shadowheart's face, there's Minthara's face. What's cool about this mod is you can really get customizing how you want to play the game. So if you have a specific face you want to add, like Astarion's face, you can now add that to your character. You can add Jaehaera's face, you can add Halsin's face, and what this looks like in practice, I got a lot of face mods, but there's a bunch of different ones here. So you can add like Floric's face, Shadowheart, Minthara's face. Shadowheart's face doesn't look like Shadowheart when it's on her face. There's also mods that allow you to add Mizora's face, which I think is a really great face. This is now on console too, so that is huge, but I think it's a really great mod overall for people that want to be able to customize how they see fit. This isn't on our top 10 mod manager mods, but on Nexus mods, I really like the Vampirin's Alternative Faces mod. That's the one that I typically use, the Minerva face. I like these just because they look a little bit more realistic, especially with the reactions and the faces in the game. So a couple other honorable mentions is the Bangs Everywhere and the Kay's hair extensions mod. So you can add whatever you want to your character in terms of like extensions to their hair and then different bang options. So I have bangs on my character right now. I just think this allows you to customize your character a lot more than you normally would be able to. And I'm all for that because some people really do want the extra customization in the game. So that is the 10 best mods in Baldur's Gate 3's mod manager. Let me know what your favorite mod is in the comments because there's a lot of great ones out there. I think I covered some pretty cool ones. And yeah, again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't hit that before. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an incredible day, and I'll see you all in the next video.